Dr. R. Parimala. Today is September 27th, World Tourism Day. On this great day, I have come to a great place, that is Kaas Plateau. It is the plateau of flowers. I am surrounded by different variety of flowers. Kaas Plateau lies in Satara district of Maharashtra. This is a very rare ecological composition made of lateritic soil, and during volcanic eruptions, when Gondwana lands they split and these formations have taken place, and upon these lateritic rocks hardly some 1 to 2 centimeter soil which is formed due to the erosion of the rocks that is lying on these rocks, and upon these soils these plants are growing. These are short ephemerals, and this Kaas Plateau, it's a part of Deccan Plateau, and it is bounded by Sahyadri ranges. As we all know, Sahyadri ranges, they are the eastern side of Western Ghats, and these Sahyadri ranges, which are having some shola vegetation, semi-evergreen forest, moist deciduous forests, they are surrounding this plateau, that is Kaas Plateau. Kaas Plateau they call in Marathi. And this plateau, it is a very beautiful one, nearly 10 kilometers of this Kaas Plateau. It hosts number of species of plants which are very, very rare, which are endangered, and which are endemic to this land and to southern peninsular India even. And some of the species we can find only here because they are discovered from this Kaas Plateau, and they are totally new to the world of biological sciences. Example, there is a grass called Eulalia Shrirangi which is discovered in this plateau. So like that, more than 6 totally new to the science world, they are discovered from this land, that is Kaas Plateau. And nearly 10 kilometers of this plateau hosts more than 400 species of very rare plants which will come for bloom during the post-monsoon season. In Kaas Plateau, the weather changes from one season to another season, and after the monsoon, during the monsoon the entire plateau looks green in color, and after the monsoon, when they start getting the sunlight, we can see the phenomenon of blooming, and the different species of ephemerals, annuals, they come for flowering, and this flowering stays for hardly 1 to 2 months. And in during August, one particular species blooms, then in the latter part of August another species, and during October and during September we get some other species. So like that we can see the admixture of colors here formed due to the blooming of different seasonals, as a result of which I feel this is the painting done by the nature itself. It's really a heaven for a botanist, not only for a botanist, for anyone, for any visitor, for any layman, for any human being. This is the best place on the earth wherein one can see different colors which look like the paintings from far, and really it's a very beautiful spot. And on this World Tourism Day, I have got the fortune of visiting this land, and there are different species. Really I am unable to express my joy in words. I think we will take a round of this plateau to see the different species which have come for flowering. This is Smithia bigeminata. It's a member of Fabaceae, and a very beautiful annual which has covered most part of this Kaas Plateau. Kaas Plateau. Plateau, as we know, it's a flat land formation surrounded by the mountains, and the rainfall also it varies. On an average, nearly 3,000 millimeters of rainfall they are witnessed here, and during morning hours it's very misty here. Today, fortunately, it is quite sunny. These white heads we can see, and hardly on half-inch soil, these monocotyledons, they have come to the synchronous bloom. All of them are blooming at a time. And amidst these white eriocolons, we can also see these purple colored utricularias, that is Utricularia purpurascens we can see in the middle, so that it looks bright. We have these utricularias. This is Utricularia purpurascens, and some of the utricularias they are insectivorous plants. See, as this is a lateritic formation, it is deficient in nitrogen, potassium and phosphorus, as a result of which, to get the supplement of nitrogen, some utricularias and some droseras, which are insectivorous, they are growing over here so that they can get the additional supply of nitrogen by catching the insects and digesting them. So that is the speciality of this land, which shows diversified plant species. Caddies here, which are endemic. Next, we will move on to the pink flowering Ipomia, Impatiens loyi, and this is declared as a heritage land. It is declared as a natural World Heritage Site by UNESCO, and this is one of the world hotspots of the world. As far as the biodiversity of the plants and animals is concerned, it is biodiversity hotspot which hosts number of endangered and endemic species. So it is declared as the World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Here we can see that mixture of this Impatiens loyi, Smithia bigeminata, Utricularia purpurascens, and even eriocolons we can see. So all the different colors are mixed over here. It's really a wonderful experience to be with these tiny tots. So from a school, many children have come to watch this Kaas Plateau, which is in full bloom. We have some serpigios also here, growing in the rocky crevices, which are endemic to this land. We have some rotalas, which are endemic to this land. The best part of this Kaas Plateau is they have covered this entire plateau by fencing. They have made nearly 4 gates, gate 1, gate 2, gate 3 and gate 4. And in gate 4 we have a tank called Kumudini, wherein the nymphoides is growing in mass bloom of nymphoides we enjoyed in the morning. And here to avoid the trampling of these tiny tots, they have fenced the entire area, and only here and there we are allowed to walk inside wherever we can, wherever the pathway is there, wherever rocks are there, we can walk around. And a lot of security measures have been taken around here so that no harm is done for the plants. And we have good literature also about this Kaas Plateau, some scientific literature also. This Flowers of Kaas Plateau book, it is written by a botanist by name Shekhar Mohite, who is a faculty in the Department of Botany at Lal Bahadur Shastri College, Satara. This also gives us a very good information, scientific information about the different species of flowers that are growing in this area. And one more small booklet by Srirang Shinde, who is a retired forest official of this region. So this also is quite useful. And there is one more book, Kaas Plateau Flowers by Sandeep Shrotri. Just now I purchased this book, so I have not gone into the depth of this book. I think this book is also a very useful book with lot of information. And security measures, I am very happy. And here and there, many forest department officials are guarding the land. See, this is very much required. See, we have to conserve this land. This is really the wealth of nature. We have to conserve. If we don't conserve right now, see, it will lead to the destruction of the habitat. See, the habitat loss is the main reason for the destruction of the species. For the species to become endangered or in the verge of endangerment. So the reason is the habitat loss. We have to conserve this rare habitat, this plateau that is covered over by Sahyadri ranges with good rainfall and a very rare type of lateritic formation upon which a very short height of the soil of rare composition. See, this is a very rare habitat, so we have to conserve this habitat. So I am happy Maharashtra government is taking lot of measures to conserve this habitat, which is a very rare one.
फुलांची माहिती कारण तर फुलं पब्लिक तोडते ते काय पाय देतात म्हणूनसाठी राखण करायसाठी आम्हाला हे सिक्युरिटी मध्ये ठेवले.
See, these are Hicenias for the family Zingiberaceae. It's called wild ginger, and this is also in full bloom in the entire area. We can see the full bloom of these impatiens loi, which are purplish pink in color. See, this is Strobilanthes sessilis. Last year, same time, it bloomed in Chikmagalur, and lakhs of tourists visited that spot. There it was only one species, Strobilanthes sessilis, so the entire hills were covered with these plants. They were painted in blue. And here also we have a patch of Strobilanthes sessilis. Here they say after 8 years it has come for flowering. Fortunately, we can see the flowering of this Strobilanthes sessilis also, which is a very rare species. And I think in another 15-20 days, these Strobilanthes sessilis will bloom, adding one more color to the nature's paintings. So we have Rajaram
बालापुरे याला टोपलीकारो बोलतात. हे 7 वर्षांचे आहेत.
We can see the mass bloom of Smithia bigeminata, and locally they are calling this as Mickey Mouse plant. So this is the Kaas village. There is a goddess who is guarding this entire nature, entire plateau, Kasai Devi. So that is why, because of that goddess Kasai Devi, this plateau is called Kaas Plateau. It's a Senecio bombayensis, an endemic species for Maharashtra, and this is giving a low border to the plateau. patch of Strobilanthus sessilis, which is in bloom. We can see lot of butterflies and honeybees, which are busy pollinating the flowers. Gate 1 of Kaas Plateau now, and they have put lot of signboards about which I am very happy, and use of plastics that is banned, and they have placed some garbage bins here and there so that one can put the empty bottles and plastics and other things. So they have taken lot of care, and also for trampling should be avoided for these tiny tots. So they have put the fencing, and research has been done on the effect of trampling on the growth and development of these plants. So when it is not trampled by anyone, full bloom, and when 25 people trample, what would be its effect? When 75 people trample, what would be its effect? When 500 people, what would be the effect? So totally 1,80,000 tourists, if they watch and if they trample, what would be the effect on this plateau, and total destruction will happen. So only they have put the fence. So I am very happy for this measure. And also one more thing is that they have placed some boards with photographs, which are the species, rare species that are growing over here, and some Marathi names are also there, English names and scientific names. So this is Strobilanthus sessilis variety Ritchie, which grows here, which is shorter than the variety sessilis which grows in Chikmagalur. And we have Cyanotis cristata here, and we have Impatiens loyi and Smithias. So this awareness is very important. We have to create the awareness among the tourists so that the damage will be less for the nature. Please videograph that. We can see Hichenias, Zingiberaceae members, wild gingers in full bloom. We have some land orchids, habanerias, and also some camellias amidst this Strobilanthus patch. These Hichenias, jungli ale, they call in Marathi. Astraiga, Gesnerioides. ಅದೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Some camellias, striga, a parasitic species we can see. Here we have parasites, saprophytes, herbs, shrubs, climbers, full diversity of the plant kingdom we can watch here. Impatiens loyi in full bloom here. So Strobilanthus sessilis variety Ritchie has come for bloom here near gate 1. See, they say Kerala is God's own country. I feel after seeing Kaas Plateau is God's own country, I feel. See, we can see lot of colors here. See this pinkish, purplish pink Impatiens loyi. Then this is purple Utricularia purpuruscens, white colored Eriocolon we can see here. We can see this yellow colored Smithias, and we have all the combination of the diverse species here. So I feel God must have created this land when He is in very good moods. See a lot of Strobilanthus here. Strobilanthus sessilis variety Ritchie is here. See in Chikmagalur we saw Strobilanthus sessilis variety sessilis it was, and here Ritchie we can see, which is shorter than that particular species. We can see heterogeneity on this plateau. See, this plateau is declared as hotspot of the world, biodiversity hotspot, because endemism is more here, rare plants are more here, and then out of nearly 411 species of ephemerals which are growing around here, nearly 98 species they are endemic to peninsular India or to Maharashtra or to Kaas Plateau even. That is why it is one of the world's biodiversity hotspots. And also this rare habitat and also this beauty what it gives to the nature, and that is along with the biodiversity richness. A lot of tourists also come over here to enjoy the beauty of this Kaas Plateau, but they have limited the number of tourists to particular number. Online only they are allowing nearly 3,000 visitors, and also some tickets also will be given to the other visitors. So by cutting down the number of visitors to the entry of this plateau per day also will help in the conservation of this plateau. This plateau, it is a World Heritage Center. In 2012, the entire Western Ghats, they declared it as Heritage Center. So now this also comes under Western Ghats only, but on the eastern side of the Western Ghats. So this is also a World Heritage Center since 2012, and this rare habitat, it has to be conserved. Lot of pollinators we can see. have dip caddies here and a big species. So the amount of happiness what we get when we spend our time with nature and with plants and flowers, it cannot be matched to anything else. See, this is ultimate happiness what nature gives us, and nature itself is God. So this Kaas Plateau, I feel everyone must visit once in lifetime, because this is such a wonderful land. It has everything. It has the mountains, Sahyadri ranges. It has Koina backwaters we can see, which is flowing, and then we can see the forests which are semi evergreen and also moist deciduous forests we can see, and also the herbaceous flora we can see, which bloom synchronously, so which give eternal joy for anyone. And the diversity what we see here, and also the rarity of the species, rare species, all of them put together in one land we can see in this Kaas Plateau. So it's almost like a heaven. So I request every one of you who watch this video to watch Kaas Plateau once